Thanks for joining us. We are into the final stages of the men's Kamui Slovenian Open on the fourth stop of the Predator EuroTour. We are down to the final 4 players. Coming up, we have 2 semi-finals. We have a final at 5:30, which is Marco Spitzicki from Germany versus Mieszko Fortunski. However, first off on this table, as per the introduction there, you have the local player Max Benko, reaching his first ever semi-final, having a great run here against the powerhouse Panda Mario He, who's having a great run here. The game is 8-ball. My name is Graham Hickman, and in the booth with me is George Tayachea. And welcome, George. How are you thinking about this match? What's your thoughts?
Oh, what a match we have. The young 15-year-old Max Benco finds his way into the semifinal. As you just mentioned, it's his first semifinal. He's a junior champion, but in the Opens, this is the first time he gets this far. And the people he's beat, I mean, he took care of Daniel Maciol, Stefan Kasper. Those are world-class players, and this 15-year-old handled them. I don't want to say with ease, but he performed great. So Mario has had his hands full the whole time. 8-6, 8-6, 8-7, 2 hill matches, 3 hill matches, and then his last quarterfinal against Roman Heibler, he went 10-2. So Mario's found his stride, and young Max here seems to have found his, or come into his. Excuse me.
Yeah,
here we go.
Stuff. Great story for the young local player. And of course, he'll have all the support. It'll be fantastic to see him make the final. He's already had a great big milestone getting to this semi-final. As you said, George, he must be full of confidence with all the matches that he's won so far. And I'm sure he's excited for this one.
Oh, Graham, not only that, I'm wondering how this is going to affect Mario. How many times do you get in a match like this where you want to see a young talent that's developing, that's coming up? You want to see him do well. So you're kind of rooting for him, but you've got to win. So how will that affect his game?
Yeah, good point. I think Mario will be, of course, wishing him well on one side, but the competitor that is inside him will be wanting to also maybe show him who's boss. And he's got plenty of years ahead of him. I'm certain of that.
Sure. Well, Mario's only 31 years of age, so yeah, he's got a lot of time left to play too. So these gentlemen have both performed very well. Mario has 1 loss in this tournament to Albin Ocean, and that was in the winners qualification. But then he went on to defeat 4 other players, and he was in a real touch and go match with Quintin Pongers in the losers qualification, and then went hill with Christian Merva and Luca Men. So he's road tested.
Sounds like the pool gods are in his favor at the moment as well, in terms of winning a few hill matches. You always need a little bit of fortune there, but just on this first big break from Max Benko, he's absolutely pounded this break, and he's got a pretty okay layout with these stripes. No major problems I see here, George, to be honest. Just got to maneuver these 2 stripes at the bottom part of the table, but that's about it.
I wonder if this young man is just too young to be scared.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of these young players nowadays, and because you've said it there as well, he's won medals. He knows what it's like to win, so I'm sure he's been playing under high pressure moments, granted maybe at the junior level more than the men's open level, but winning is winning, and when you have many medals, he will have the belief, especially after all the matches he's won in this event so far. I think Mario's going to have his hands full. I really do.
Well, I totally agree. And he's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. I think he wanted to get on the 13 ball there. but instead got on the 14. He can just stop it there and get on the 8.
He just has a little bit of a strange angle because the 8 doesn't go in the left side pocket, so he might have to be a little bit of a draw shot here, or he can go forwards and up and down maybe. Yeah, he's okay.
Just for the side, opposite side. Yeah, it looked awkward. Looked very awkward at first. It looked like he really couldn't. He had to spin a lot to get there. He did great, and starts off ideally with a break and run. It's an alternate break format. They get 2 breaks and then they alternate, win or lose. So this has made this tournament rather exciting. I've seen some great comebacks because of the way the tournament lays out. You can run 2 racks at a time. The balls are indented on the cloth instead of a template, and they are breaking very, very well for all players. It's just been exciting to watch some run-out fests, and the players control the break.
Yeah, fully agree. I think what's interesting as well, George, is one of our good co-commentators who's not with us this time, Eric Horlifson, made a good point in one of the previous EuroTours, and it stuck with me. Winning the lag in a normal game of pool is, you flip a coin, you don't really think about it too much, it's just breaking the balls off. But in this format, because Max Benko won the lag, he will actually have 4 breaks of the first 6 racks, which can be good and bad. If you can come on the positive side of that, you've got a good chance to get a good lead if you can hold your own breaks like he's just done there. So I don't know what you think about that, George, but it's just an extra variation of benefits you can get from the break, I think, winning the lag.
Well, you're right, it's a great point. After 6 games, if each player holds serve, the score will be 4-2 in your favor after 6 games. Then add more, of course, and then when you get up there, it'll be 8-6. So and then you'll be breaking for the match. So yes, it's a very, very important. That lag is very important. Now the break here, I believe, was dry, and Mario comes to the table.
Yeah, there's a stripe locked up with that 8 ball. I think the 9 ball is a bit of a issue, so solids is the choice. And I think the 8 ball as well, George, does go in the bottom right. So solids are definitely the right way to go here. He's just got to clear the top part of the table and then probably work his way down to the 1 ball and 7 ball, I would think.
I'm going to call you Eagle Eye. That was very, very quick to analyze that table. Good job. And solids are, like you just said, that 5 ball is the perfect key ball. So now it's a 6-7-2. Oh, he's going to shoot it now, which means that this is going to take some maneuvering. It's going to have to be the 2 ball that he shoots last to get best position for the 8.
Yeah, that's the good thing with the 8 ball. There's so many options and variations that you can go. Just sometimes you land a little bit better on a different ball than maybe you would have ideally planned, but because the solids are so much in the open, George, he has a few options. And with the 8 ball, you want to pot it from the left side of the table, so you've got plenty of options with those 3 solids at the top.
And yes, exactly, it lays very well for Mario, having all 3 balls on the left side. Makes it easy to get to about where he is now to have a good shot on the 8.
Yeah, I think this 2 ball, he might even choose to, he hasn't got the best angle on this 6. So does he go 6 ball, 3 ball, 2 ball? Or does he play 6 ball, 2 ball, 3? It all depends how he feels.
I like that. He could go to the 2 ball next, but he's going 3 ball. He'll avoid the 2. He'll use a little bit of right low and go 2 rails. Actually 3 rails. Possibly 3 rails. He doesn't like it, but he's got the draw shot, and he can go 2 rails to try to get about where he is, a little bit to the right, and get on the 8. Looks good.
Yeah, he hasn't left the best angle here. I don't know if that 10 ball is going to be a problem. Can he avoid it? The angle on the potting angle. We'll see how he plays it. He's drawing a little bit.
From the overhead, I thought he could. Yeah. Easy, easy. Ooh. Well, even so, he can run down. Oh, this is trouble. You can't go to the side because he hits the 8 with the cue ball.
I think the shot I see here, George, he's going to have to go full-blooded straight into that 9 ball. And if he plays it at just a relatively slow pace, the 8 ball is going to go towards the left corner pocket. And he might have a shot. Oh, he's misjudged the cannon a little bit, but he's okay. He's got it in the side. A bit more of a trickier one.
It's just, he's got to stay with the shot and focus. This is something Mario will do very well. And he steals one of Max's breaks with a good clearance after a dry break. And now, advantage Mario. Just as effective as the lag can be, it can also work against you if you lose one of your opening breaks.
Yeah, totally. You do have to try and hold your breaks as much as you can. That's where the swings and roundabouts can come. We do have a shot clock in operation. Players will have a 1 minute starting clock from the break, just because it gives you time to analyze the table. But then it's a 35-second shot clock, 10-second warning, and a 25-second extension for each player per rack should they choose to use it. I think the shot clock's been pretty well managed. I haven't seen anybody feeling like under pressure. It's been generally okay. I don't know if you've seen anything, George, but it's worked well.
Actually, it's to me, it's looked like there isn't a shot clock in play. This whole tournament, all the matches I've done on live stream here, it has not come into play at all. I've seen maybe 2 extensions, possibly 3. Everything is spread out. Made a stripe in the side. He may take stripes just because of the two balls on the right by his hand there. You better hope this 10 ball goes by the 6. And there you see the referee that handles the time clock. Alexander Vulovic from Serbia.
Yeah, nice. Agree with you with the shot clock. Oh, it's just drifted past the 1. I don't think he's got a shot on this. Plan B might have to come in operation. He's looking.
Well, he's glad he had insurance, and the insurance is the 11 ball. Or the 14. It'll be the 11 if he can't make the 15 ball.
Yeah, maybe he can make it. Just means it's not the best angle. You'd love to take them 2 stripes out together on the left side of the table. You might have to come up and down and come back to that 13 later. I think he can get through there. It looks like he can.
Looks like he's coming back regardless. This is interesting right here, because he only has, well, he can shoot either the 13 ball down here on the bottom or the 14 that he's looking at.
Yeah, he can play both ways. 13 wouldn't be a bad choice. Maybe go a couple of rails, but I think this way it's a bit of an easier shot on the 14. Maybe come through the gap. Needs to run a bit. He's now hampered over the 1 ball for the 11. I don't think he can get the 13, so he might have to draw this 11 down table a little bit. Bit hampered, George, here, digging down.
Yes, he's got to be careful not to get behind. He's got to be careful not to get behind the one ball. He's perfect. Now he's going to have to run his cue ball here. Just over by the side pocket. That shot tells me a lot about Mario. He's in form. He's in very good form.
Yeah, it was a bit deceiving to the untrained eye. That was a lot thinner than it looked on the TV. He kind of played it a bit fat and slow withdraw just to get the cue ball above the 4 rather than going below it. So I agree with you, George. Well spotted. It tells you he's feeling comfortable in his stroke and his cueing. Very good. Very good shot. Made look easy.
Yeah. And the table. Did Mario play on this table on his last semifinal?
Good question. I'm not totally sure.
On the quarterfinal. On the quarterfinal, excuse me. That's.
No, he played on the other table. Table 1.
So exactly.
This one.
Yeah, he played on table. It's been an exciting morning when they went with the last 16, the last 32, then the last 16. Had a couple of matches, the quarterfinals. These guys have been, well, they've all played 2 matches, right, this morning so far?
Yeah, it's been a busy morning.
Yeah,
some great matches. The one to watch out for. I mentioned him at the beginning of the introduction. Wiecko Fortunski. He's chasing down a back-to-back EuroTour win from his last win in Austria just in June last month. Commentated on a couple of his games. He's been playing extremely well. Super dangerous.
Yeah, that left-hander has been doing a great job. You know, one of the things I was noticing earlier is that Poland and Germany have the most players in this EuroTour. I believe Poland has 21, Germany has 22 players. And somewhere I actually wrote down the number of players from each country that were in the final in the final 32 and in the final 16. And it was a high percentage of Polish and German players.
Yeah,
I'll find strong.
Incredibly strong, George. This is so dangerous. Not surprising. There's such a big focus on pool in both of those countries and regions. And we already know a lot of the big names. He's playing the 9 ball. There's a bit of work to do in this rack, though, that's for sure. He's decided to have a go at the stripes. Trying to the 10 ball does go in the top left. We could see there. It's probably the one next to the 8 ball. That's going to be the biggest problem. I wonder if that one goes in the side, George. Do you think that the stripe next to the 8 ball goes in the left side? I'm not sure. Hard to tell.
It looks like it does. It looks like it does.
Yeah, I think it does. So if he can, this positional shot after the 10, he wants to leave a nice angle on this 13 in the side. And oh man, would you love to find a way to get to the right side of that 8 ball and have a shot on either the 10. What's the angle like? It's not bad. He's still got to find a shot though.
He'd like to bump in, get right there now, or get straight in on the 10 as you mentioned, and come back for the shot to the side.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to try and thread the needle here, George. Can he go 2 rails and just drift in?
I think
there's 1, 2.
He's
on the 10, but he would have loved to have been straight on the one next to the 8 ball. So problems.
Very, very big problem.
Yeah, don't even know what shot he has. Yeah, he might have to play a 10 ball bank and try to get the cue ball on this side rail.
And that's exactly what he's doing. Nice call there. No, he's playing the
shot.
bank and got there.
Oh,
Exactly.
He's so aggressive, Mario. When he gets in flow, George, I have to say he's great to watch. He's so creative, very aggressive in all disciplines. Good stuff by the Austrian. Very tough layout that was. It wasn't so straightforward, but showing his knowledge and creativity. Ball selection is always important in 8-ball, because you can play any shot you like. Just means you have that many more options. But this really shows the pool brain of the top players. Very nicely done. Takes a 3-1 lead, and then we're back on break with Max Benko coming back to the table.
And more importantly, he took that lead with 2 breaking runs on his serve.
Yeah, good call. And if you remember, I was talking at the beginning about having 4 of the first 6 breaks. The score has actually gone the other way a little bit for Benko. So these 2 breaks now are super critical. If he doesn't win them, Mario will have a 5-1 lead and then 2 breaks of his own. So this is where the 2 breaks per player just gets really interesting, and momentum shifts and swings, and I think it's great. I love it.
Well, you know, as I look at Max's tournament history here, the players he's played, he opened up and beat his Aryan Dayani, beat him 8-2. Then Yuma Dorner 8-5. Herbert Lamer from Austria 8-1. 8-6 against Farouk Terzik. Ante Sola, he beat him 10-7. And then Stefan Kasper 10-8, and Daniel Maciol 10-7. I have a feeling that being a couple games down doesn't matter to this young man. He'll come right back. He'll fire right back at you. And that's one of the beauty of youth. Sure has.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's had a pretty okay break. He got the solid in the side, nearly made the stripe in the side, but I think at the end a few balls just came in a little bit more of a blocking position. He might be forced into taking stripes just because of the solids being blocked, which stripes aren't too bad.
Especially the fact that he was able to take away his problem ball right away. That was his opening shot.
Yeah, and also move another solid out of the way of 2 other stripes. So within 1 shot, George, he's really opened this rack wide open.
I think he wanted a firmer hit there on that ball so he could have played it next. But he'll come back for it.
Yeah, I agree. He might have even wanted to play the stripe in the top right corner. He would love to have been straight on that. Now he's in a little bit of a selection. He needs to make a choice here. Does he play the more difficult one in the top right? He could even draw down for the 10 ball, but he's going to take the easier one over the middle.
And one of the things about playing balls to the side pocket, you have to be careful with that, because if you don't have the correct angle, you have to run the cue ball quite a bit. And with a lot of balls on the table, that can provide a problem. But he's perfect here. And look how nice he gets from the 14 to this 11 ball. He just stops it, and he's perfect on it to get to the 10.
Yeah, that was the big call. I was just thinking the 11 ball is going to be the key ball, and you've just called it there. He's got a lovely connecting ball, which makes it so much easier just to thread the needle there. You can just run this through for the 10, probably in the bottom right if he's straight. I might punch it maybe. Just trying to punch it over. Just okay. A little bit of left English. Just drift to the left side of the 8, I think. And pretty good finish.
Delicate shot. He has to decide which way he wants to attack, to the right or to the left. He's going to the right. Those are the Aramith balls that you just see rolling around there, and they're one of the title sponsors, one of the sponsors. And a nice rake and run to open that up. Out of 5 racks played, 4 have been break and runs. Quite an offensive game this has become, or is. You know, that's one of the things I have not seen, is I really haven't seen any defensive battles, big battles of any of the matches that I've called. They've all been pretty much wide open, go for it. And I think it's due to the way the balls rack.
Yeah, and I think it's also the nature of 8-ball, isn't it, George? I mean, there's not much safety you can really play unless your opponent misses maybe his last ball or second last ball, and you have a chance to play some snookers or hooks. But ultimately, it's a very break and aggressive run-out match. Very different to rotation. Hardly see much in terms of safety.
I agree, but there are some players that will just frustrate you with the safety play. Very few, especially at the pro level. 3-2 is the score. The young man collecting himself, focusing on the task at hand. And that task is the panda, Mario E. from Austria.
Yeah, he didn't catch them. The same as the last break. The 2 balls below the head ball, drifting a little bit too high, so maybe different pace or different connection point. Yeah, you can see here they went a bit high. Missed the side pockets. It's left a pretty open table. The 8-ball is the first thing I'm looking at. It does go in the top right, I think, maybe, but it's more the solids, I think, are going to be the choice here. There's a few near the side, a few near the corner. Looks like he might maybe have to play into the 8-ball at some point, potentially. Maybe now. He does have an angle, George. He could play a draw shot from this 3 and just flick the 8. He would be on something. There's an option for him there. Chose not to.
He must not be concerned. Yeah, he's not concerned about the 8-ball. Or he would have done just what you mentioned, because it laid very well. Then his insurance shot was the 7, the shot he's shooting now, but to the other corner.
Yeah, unless it's deceiving. Maybe the 8-ball does go in the left corner, bottom left, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes.
You know, missing that will come back to haunt him. Let's find out. We'll see soon. Because I think you called it just right, Graham. I mean, that laid perfectly for that little draw shot to bump the 8 just a little bit. Just had to move a ½ inch and open it up.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is sometimes it can be a little bit deceptive on the eye. Maybe the 8-ball does go in the bottom left. I think when he moves the 6-ball, which he will do probably shortly, the 8-ball does go in the top left. But judging by the way he's taking these balls, the 8-ball must go in the bottom left, George. It must do. Otherwise he would have played it, I'm certain.
Totally agree. But when we see it from this angle, you can see that he has to have the correct angle to shoot it cleanly. He's not happy with this. He's okay here. He can stun over. He's okay here.
Yeah, it looks all right.
Yeah.
If he's playing the 8 in the bottom left, then he can just punch this over. And then he can even use the stripe as a holding ball. Just drop the 1 in, bump into the stripe, and show us that this 8-ball does go in the bottom left.
Well, I think he wants to get a little further down in the ball so that he can just hit the ball. Yeah, see, he wants to be, that's where he wants, he's pretty straight here. See, I would prefer to be down just a hair more to make sure it's a very clean hit. Oh, he didn't even touch the ball. Beautifully done.
So, like I say, I think
another
when he didn't play the 3 into the 8, it must have, like you said, there we could clearly see it does go.
From the angles we were looking at it, it looked like it was trouble. From the angle that he had already seen, he could tell that that would go. And again, Mario takes one of Max's breaks. And adds to the score. Mario has been perfect. 2 break and runs and 2 table clearances off of his opponent's break.
So we have a lot of pool coming up still. Obviously the second semi-final following this match. Then we have the final later on this evening around 9 p.m. George and myself will be back for that one. And we also have the women's starting today and running through to tomorrow's conclusion. And then we also have next week the European Championships of all the juniors, where I'm sure Max Benko will be looking to continue his great form. Mario here, thunderous break, makes one in the side. Where's the cue ball? Makes another one. Quick glance, solids look pretty good. He's got a nice opener as well, George. It was a good break. Cue ball a little bit got bumped up table, but not bad.
Yeah, the cue ball looked like a pinball machine. Just kept getting bumped from all sides.
Yeah, definitely, but he has got a nice starter here on this top cushion. Solids are pretty well spread, and the 8 ball straight away, and looks like it goes past the 9 in the bottom right or bottom left corner, as you would see it. So he will try and clear these balls at the top of the table before moving down to the ones in the side, you would think, George, and leave them to the end.
A good look at the referee from Serbia, Mr. Vulovic.
He's got a little bit of back and forwards here. Yeah, with the 1 and the 2, they're not in great position, so he's going to have to slide this cue ball a little bit left to right before coming down.
Oh, this would take a major error not to get out here. Mario is in good position here. Except for cueing. It's a little long. I'm not sure that the pink 4 goes by the 9, so he's going to want to play that one to the side pocket. And he's gotten there.
Yeah, the 6 does go past the 9, so he could choose to play that, but he's running away a little bit off angle, so he might even try to chop this 6 ball in. Not sure, it's a bit thin, otherwise he's going up the table for a longer 6 ball.
Nice touch.
Yeah, nicely done. Good angle just to pot the 6, come across table The 8 ball in the same pocket. Looks like another break and run, George. He's playing super solid at the moment, is Mario.
That's 5 racks that he's won. 3 were break and runs. 2 were table clearances. He has played absolutely perfect these first 5, the games he's won. In the 2 games that he lost, he never got to the table. So he's played perfect. And except for the dry breaks, so has Max.
Yeah, it's been pretty solid stuff. So much so that Max Benko's taking a bit of a time out, George. Probably just trying to regroup a little bit. He needs to find a break, I think. That's the problem. It seems to have left him a little bit, and Mario was happy to pick up the pieces.
Yeah. Well, we do have plenty to fill the airtime because we have some great sponsors for this tournament. You have Predator Group. If you go to PredatorCues.com, you can see this Predator art table and read all about it. You can also see all the cues, the gloves, all the equipment and accessories that they have for sale, and it can be delivered right to your house. Just PredatorCues.com. And then there's Iwan Simonis Cloth, which is on this table. The Aramith balls, of course, you're watching them being played with. Longoni from Italy, and then Kamui tips. And someone ran a survey yesterday in the, I believe, in the YouTube chat, and they asked, "What's your favorite tip?" And I had to write down that I use the Kamui Soft. So, title sponsor. The Panda is, of course, 31 years of age. From Austria, has been in the World Cup of Pool with his teammate, Albin Ocean. Plays mostly 9-ball and 8-ball. He's won 6 EuroTour events. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2022. He has competed very, very well in the Predator Pro Billiard Series in the United States and the ones they've had in Europe now. Yeah, I believe he won twice in Michigan. So he's done very well and quite an experienced and well-rounded player. He's ranked number 7 by the WPA, and on the EuroTour overall rankings, he's ranked 13th. Can't ask much more from a pool player.
No, his CV is extremely high quality. I think along with his countrymen, Albin Ocean, they've did a lot. They've won various big tournaments between them. I think it's interesting, Albin seems to have been not getting so deep in some of these EuroTours recently. Filler obviously winning the first 2 men's events, winning back-to-back. And then Fortunsky picking up the last one. It's yeah, Albin is maybe not as clinical in the winning front at the moment. He's just having a bit of a tougher time. We've watched a few of his matches, and I'm not saying he's been below par, but it's not the Albin that we're used to seeing dominating so much. He's had a few unexpected losses. Fierce competitor.
I like the way you said that, Graham, where you said unexpected losses. He has come through. I've seen some very, very high quality matches from Alvin, and I've seen a couple matches where he seemed to, I don't want to say let off, but maybe even fell off a little bit at the back half of the match that allowed his opponents to overtake him. I saw that a couple of times.
Yeah, it's a good observation, and we talked about it, Mark and myself, and Tim and I touched on it a little bit. Of course, Albin is phenomenal, incredible player, but I think it's a good call. He's just seems to not getting it done at the biggest moments over the last months. Anyway, it is holiday time. He's maybe just getting back into the seasonal flow of pool. Trust me, he will be winning big things again, like he always does. He's so hard to scrape off that table, even on a C game level. So hard to beat. What a break there by Mario, though. Balls over the pockets. Both stripes and solids look tasty. There is a bit of a solid issue on the left side of the table, George, so he might be pushed into taking stripes, potentially.
Well, there's more of them, but they're all open. So I agree. That 6 ball makes it, the 6 ball and the 7 ball, it's right by the 8 there, makes the solid not so tasty.
Yeah, he's got an interesting opening shot, because the 9 ball isn't a bad angle, but he's looking at the ones over the pocket, but he will have to come down to the left side of the table and solve some issues here. The 14 ball next to that 7 and 8 probably just goes in the bottom right, but I'm sure Mario's got a plan in his mind.
You know, Graham, the way I see this layout for Mario, he's going to have to get very close to that 15 so that he can just lay right there for a shot on the 14. And then take the stripe, the 11, I think it is, by the side pocket for position on the 8.
Yeah, it's a good call. Don't know what his angle like is on this 9 ball. He might be able to float it down there. He maybe has too much, potentially. He's trying it. Yeah, he's tried to hold as much as he could to try and get every possible inch of angle. The big question is, can he hold this? He played a similar shot a few racks ago, if you remember, George, where he just finessed the ball a little bit fat into the rail to try and straighten up the pot. This is very similar. He might play this a little bit fatter.
This is going to hold very nice. This should hold just nice and soft right there. Oh. Nice touch on the shot. Very nice touch. Shots like that and the ones we saw earlier really tell you how in tune the player is to the table. Now he's going to be elevated over the 6. Yeah, I think he can just draw this ball.
Yeah, I think so. He needs to be a little bit conscious of the 10, so he needs to have a good angle here on the one in the side, because he doesn't want to have to. Yeah, that's what he's trying to do, is to give himself a little bit of angle so he can go up table.
He'll come right across. Make sure to avoid the 1 ball.
Yeah,
he's got to go to the right side.
Does he have to go 2 reels here, George? Or can he? Yeah, he's going to have to go 2 reels, I think. Or maybe even a deep draw off the rail and back out and give it a bit of a flare shot here.
I like the draw.
Needs to go.
Well,
tester.
This is just a clean cut shot and a tester, as you mentioned.
Probably the first tester we've seen in this match, George, and then given the scoreline, this is actually quite a big 8 ball, because he doesn't want to give any freebies back to Max Benko. He'd love to just chop this in and put it to bed.
And he's missed the ball, but that's the first ball and the only imperfection in his game so far.
Yeah, it was a little bit self-inflicted. He didn't get good on that 10 ball. He could have played it the 10 a different way. I think the shot selection on the 10 itself was the right one. Just don't think he got enough into the cue ball to get across the table. I still fancied Mario to chop that in. Maybe the scratch was in his mind, George, possibly, I don't know. But he did fat it a little bit.
No, that's a shot that comes up a lot in a game, in the game of one pocket. And I don't believe Mario, I've never even heard of him playing one pocket. So, most players that play that game are okay with that shot. It's still a highly missable shot, but they shoot it with much more familiarity than what he just did. And this is an opportunity for the young Max Benko.
Yeah, it's what he was hoping for. Mario didn't want to give him any gifts, and he has gave him a little bit of a lifeline to get back in this match. Not saying it's over by any means, but 6-2 is a nice comfortable lead, and 5-3 is obviously better.
Much more manageable for Benko. I believe he will now be breaking. Or does Mario have one more break? No, I don't think so. I think he'll be breaking. So
yeah, 2 breaks coming up. And before you know it, if he can find a break, he might get to 5-5. You never know.
well, his last 2 breaks dry? No, one was a break and run, and one was dry.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah.
The second break of the opening was dry also.
Yeah, I think the power, it's the pace that he's playing the breaks. Seems to, not sure what he's saying to himself or talk to himself at the beginning of breaks. He does this kind of routine. Curious to know what that's all about. If anybody knows, let us know. Always interesting to find out any interesting facts on players' pre-shot routines. That's a better break though. Where's the cue ball going, George?
It's gone. Not going. He doesn't understand how he scratched down there, because it came from the very top of the table. We'll get a second look at it. It must get bumped pretty hard. It never gets touched. He drew the ball off the rack 17 feet.
Yeah, crazy one. But ball in hand. And look at those solids, especially down the table. Once he can move a couple of these balls are sitting all very nice. 8 ball flies in the right center pocket there, you can see. And Mario will just pick up these pieces. Thank you very much. The 4 ball is probably something needs a little bit of attention, just in terms of timing and where to take it, but lovely layout this, George. Ball in hand as well.
And keep in mind that in WPA rules, it's ball in hand behind the line, not like it is in other rules where you get ball in hand anywhere on the table. After a scratch.
Yeah, I'm wondering, would he play a little bump here? I don't think so. Is it worth the risk?
It's worth going inside English.
Yeah,
it was worth it.
I just don't like that. I don't know. I felt like it was more risky in my mind. Did it need to happen? Could he still pot at the 4? And now he's in a little pickle now from nowhere.
The 6 ball doesn't appear to be a problem. It's just the cue ball getting back onto 3-7. The angle leads him away from those balls, and the fact that he could follow to get there has the 13 in the way. So he's looking at is he looking at drawing the ball all the way up and coming back?
I think he is. The angle's just not right
That's
to go
about
forward.
all he has.
So
Yeah. Look at
not
this
gonna get there,
shot.
though. He's not going to get there. He's now chasing this rack, and this shot he's got now, he's going to put this 5 in the corner, and he's going to catch the solid next to it, and it's going to drift over towards that right side of the table, and there is a chance the cue ball could head towards the corner. You just never know with these connections and spin, and you might have to draw this just to avoid it. Oh, how's this? Needs to go. Oh, that's a great angle there from the camera. I think you can cut this in, George. It's thin, but what about cutting this in and going 3 rails for the 7 in the left center pocket? Is that an option? I don't know if that's on.
It may be an option. It's the cueing that bothers me. He's going to cut it back. Oh, I thought
3 rails.
he'll cut
7
this in.
inside.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 rails even.
Look at this.
What a shot that is. What a great shot.
I believe if he plays this to the side pocket, he can come to the bottom rail. No, he can draw the ball over to that area, and the 14 might help him. It might stop the cue ball.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to drift below it. That's the only thing that concerns me.
Yeah.
Playing these kind of shots, you can't drift behind the stripe. That's why he's played it a bit higher. Very smart choice, that small detail, but he deliberately played it that way so he could always take the risk out of drifting behind. Very good finish this after losing the cue ball, I think, George. Very good.
And a great job from Mario to get back in line and get a good shot on the 8 ball. And shot off the 6. The draw shot there really gave him what he needed to have. This shot right here. Now see, he expected a little more bite, because I saw where he looked at before, and he was a diamond to the left of that.
Yeah, great. He did try to come a bit more to the center of the table to the right, but weathered the storm. And now he's got that three rack advantage again. Getting closer to that winning line. Race to 10, remember. So no panic stations yet for Max. But he would definitely do with not scratching on the break. That's for one. Seeing if he can get a ball on the break and try and get a hand on the table.
And again, Mario has taken one of Max's breaks. And the cue ball's gone again.
That's not going to do him
Wow.
any favours. Feel like he's just lost his way a little bit on the break. He's not sure what to do now. He's took a bit of pace off because of what happened previously. However, he mishit the top of the rack, and the cue ball's just gone straight in the top, and these balls have opened like a bunch of flowers. Ball in hand again, and yeah, choices for Mario. Thank you very much.
This will be the first time that Max gifts Mario with 2 shots at his break.
Yeah, I'll be trying to get straight on this 5 ball as soon as I can. I don't know if it goes past the 10. I think it does. I'd love to get rid of that sooner rather than later. could play the 5 in the top left as an option as well, but if it does sneak past the 10, George, on that left side of the table, he's just checking it there. I'd love to get that out of the way. Well, the next shot or two would be great just to get that problem out of the way.
Exactly, Graham. I like the 5 to the top, and he has 2 balls to get. Actually, all 3 balls on the bottom lead him to position. With the correct angle, he'll be able to get over for the 5 ball. Unless this slides by easy, he'll take it here.
Yeah, he's put this ball in hand basically for me, because he can just play it into the rail. Because he's coming at it from a straight angle, he might just have to draw this back, play the 3 in the bottom right. Don't think he wants to go forward, so possibly draw this.
Well,
he is
if
going
he
forward,
makes this,
so
it's going to be. If he makes this, it's going to be perfect. And did he get positioned? That's the question.
don't think so. Don't think he did. Looks
No.
very tight. Surprised he went forward there. It was risky.
Yeah.
Very risky.
And that's.
Oh well, from that angle,
Now he's going to have. Oh, from that angle, he can make it.
maybe. Yeah, he can, George. Again, deceptive. He can make it. He's under hit this though, I think. Just a little bit.
I think he's okay with it.
This comes back to what you said earlier, George, about his cueing. This is one of those shots where you just want to finesse this 3 ball in with drag, draw it just above probably the middle pocket. Oh, he's even played playing ball into the stripe maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he's going to bump the 9 ball. I like that bump. It was there.
Very smart. Very smart. Take away any risk. Pretty much guaranteed to be on the 1. Let's pull this back up. 8 in the bottom left. And again, Mario finds a way to run out. Very impressive, George. He's super solid.
Well, he's only missed 1 ball. It was the 8 ball in the 8th game, I think it was. And that was 2 clearances due to Max's scratching on the break 2 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, scratching on the break at this level is the biggest probably sin in the sport, I would say, especially at 8 ball. I mean, in any rotation game as well, but a scratch at this level on an 8 ball break is pretty much game over most of the time, and if you do it multiple times, you're giving yourself such an uphill battle.
A good look at our players focusing, getting ready for their time at the table.
So chance for Mario here. 2 breaks. And if he can win them both, George, he'll be sitting on the hill, rubbing his hands, waiting for his next chance to win the match. Big break. There's a cue ball. Ooh, was on its way.
Mario thanks the 2 ball for saving him from a scratch.
Yeah, look at this layout though, George. Yeah, it was definitely scratching, but look at the 8 ball going up there. I think he's definitely going to take solids. Just have to figure that little puzzle out up there.
Well, he'll start with a 6 if he cannot get to the 2 now. He'll start with a 6 here, I believe, then shoot the 2 and move the 1 ball. That's the only way you want to hit that 1 ball is from the top side, because the 8 ball is a danger. And then he'll work his way around. The 3 balls on the bottom, the 4 balls left on the bottom of the table are wide open, so he's going to go with the 2 ball first. Now see here, he might bump the 1 ball in the way. He has to move the 1, I believe. Well, he can always play the 6 off the 8.
Yeah, possibly. that's also an option.
Next shot.
Yep. Yeah, he could play that now. It is missable that way though. If he does catch the 8-ball the wrong way, it could go into the rail, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's hard to tell from the angle how straightforward that is. He could also drop the 6-ball in and play the 1-ball in the right side if he wants to go a different way without bumping anything. Don't know what shot he has next though, otherwise.
He could save that for the end.
Yeah, I think he might, you know.
And that's what he's doing. You know, I like playing the 6-ball into the rail and then into the 8, not straight into the 8. Oh, he's missed a ball. But he's established a set, so he's got solids. And now Max is faced with, can I make the 8? He may have to bank it if it doesn't cut in. He was just looking at it, so.
Yeah, I think it might just go. Maybe we have a top table view at some point, and we'll see if it goes. But I think it might be high enough.
Yeah, by his body English, it looked like he could make it, and he was happy with it. So he's not too concerned. But even so, if you get good position on that bank shot, it's a fairly, rather routine bank shot.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. He's looking at what angle to leave on the stripe on the left side of the table. So does that make us think that it might not be potable? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, from that angle, I think that probably just goes, judging by that overhead view. You can just spin that in. To be honest, George, if it didn't go, I think he probably would have attacked this 8-ball already, unless he is contemplating the bank. So that tells me I think it does go. A little bit straight here. Yeah, he's looking up. He might have to draw this all the way back off the long rail and then back out to where he's putting his cue. Yeah, he's going to have to dig down on this one, I think, if he's perfectly straight. Put a little bit of a draw shot on this. He's putting reverse side on it as well, so a little bit of spin up the table.
Now we'll see if it goes. He's going up to the head rail to get on this 8.
Yeah, I like what you said though, George. Even if he goes up table and he doesn't like the angle, he'll definitely have an option for the bank, which for sure he'll go for. So play up table, see where it lands.
Yeah, he's already called the bank.
Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. He's called the bank. Yeah, for all those one-pocket players, this is a relatively routine bank back
This
to
is
your
like
pockets.
shooting a. This is like shooting almost like shooting a long straight in 8-ball.
Yeah.
If you play a lot of one pocket, this is one of the shots that you work a lot on because they come up a lot.
Nicely done. Good bank. Missed by Mario. Gifted a chance back to the young man, and he done well there. That 8-ball, he could have tried to move it, but already made his mind up to play the bank. Yeah, this was the 3-ball. Just fatted it a little bit.
Yeah. That was a very important rack for Max. Very, very important.
Yeah, keeps him alive. Keeps him in this match, and just tells Mario that he's still here. He's not going without fighting. His next couple of racks, this break especially for Mario, is big. He'd love to win this one and keep Max at arm's length even further. But if he does go on to lose this rack, 7-5, and Max can try to find a break, he could be right back in this match. Big rack coming up here.
Is this Mario's second break? It is, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah. Makes one in the side. Oh, cue ball.
Oh.
Cue ball. Oh my gosh.
even he's laughing. First he escapes, then he doesn't, and then back it goes. Wow.
That's incredible. Yeah, it's so funny, the game of pool sometimes. Just when you thought it was safe to go in the water, thought he was okay. No, he's not okay. Good to see the players can laugh in these high intensity moments.
I love this guy. I love Mario. He is actually, I'll tell you a little story, quick story about him. I was in Austria and calling the matches there, and I was at a grocery store, and I was having some issues with some breathing, I guess. So I needed some medication. And I was in the store, and Mario was there, and everything, of course, in Austria is written in German. So I don't speak it. So he translated it for me and told me what to take. And he said, "Oh, don't take that one. Take another one." And he gave me something for congestion, is what it was. But so we happened to be in the store at the same time. He's a good guy.
Dr. Mario.
Good guy. That's right. We can call him Dr. Mario. I wonder if he remembers that.
I'm sure he does. I think he's going to try and open this ball up, yeah. Oh, he's played a great shot there, George. That was exactly how he intended. He didn't want to play with any kind of pace, just full in the face. Push this stripe into a potable position. Now he's just got to get this cue ball way up table. There's 3 or 4 balls there he can play on. Plenty of choice.
And for those of you wondering, Max plays with the Mez cue. He is sponsored by Mez, I believe. As does Mario.
Yeah, he's hasn't played that so well. If he wants to play that one, he might have to use the rest. Yeah. Maybe play that one a little bit quick. He's still okay. I think that the 10 ball does go. Sorry, both stripes obviously go in the top right corner, I think. So you can just cut this 10 in. No, he held that really well. Looked a bit thinner than we thought.
What a future this young man has. He's got a 729 Fargo and he's 15 years of age. Wow. I don't know how I missed him when I was up there in New Zealand for the Junior World Championships. I remember seeing him, but I didn't call any of his games.
Yeah, so many good upcoming players. Dangerous European top players. Incredible. Yeah, he was shaking his head there, but looked totally fine, clearly. Could just draw it back off the long rail. Always makes me smile when I see a player using a glove clean their carbon cue. you normally see that with wooden cues and when people are using no glove, but the cue's pretty smooth and your glove's pretty smooth, so maybe it's just making a joke, but it's interesting when you're wearing a glove and clean your cue. This was a great shot.
I don't play with carbon fibers, so I'm not, I've tried it a couple times, and I'm actually in the process, if I ever get back to the table, to try some more. But It's just too slick for me with the glove and the carbon fiber.
Yeah, I'm a bit like you, George. I'm old school. I've always been
Yeah.
a wood player. I've tried the gloves. I just feel like I can't feel the cue. It feels too smooth, like you said. And I guess if you
Mm-hmm.
persevere and put the time in, maybe it'll work. With all the hot conditions, and I'm sure it can help you out. I use talc every now and then as well, so maybe really old school.
I never did get in the habit of using any powder or talc or anything like that. I've always had pretty dry hands. So, of course, I also live out in the desert where it's pretty dry.
Yeah, pretty hot where you are. Oh, what a break. And he's at the table, so no scratch. And all of a sudden, we have a match here. Max is, well, he's not scratched. That's a big thing because the last few breaks he scratched. So he's at the table. One ball could be a bit of an issue. Might just go on the bottom right. If he chooses to take solids, that is. Looking at that angle there, it does look like it goes. So there is an option for solids. Stripes, yeah, equally. A few issues. Don't know what you think, George. I'm probably leaning a little bit towards solids, but if both those stripes go down the bottom, I'd probably take stripes.
I kind of like the solids myself as I look at this, when you mentioned because of where the 9 and the 13 ball are, I would take the solids because that 6 ball gets you to the 1 or gets you to where you can open up the 1 and you have an insurance shot with a 7 or the 4.
That's a great call. Great call, that, George. I'd play that right now. Go into that 1 with that 7 insurance. Oh, but he's landed on the 1. He's got no shot unless that 3 balls to the rescue.
No.
Can he get through?
No rescue. He played that with low English, and it stopped off the second ball.
Yeah,
he just played that with the wrong English. Yeah.
Oh,
ouch!
I think he can get through. I think he can get through. I really do.
If he makes this, it's a great recovery.
Oh, he had to bend it.
Yeah.
Oh, and has he left Mario on that 9 ball perfectly as well, which is a bit of an issue ball, kind of.
This has been a very high quality match. I mean, the mistakes that were made were 2 scratches on a break by Max, a missed 8 ball by Mario, and everything else has been very, very top notch. Score is a little lopsided, or was. That last game, that big game by Max, made a big difference and closed it up. But now with Mario at the table, what an opportunity he has to really pull ahead.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe the pressure there was, I'm not saying the pressure got to Max, but it's the first time he's had probably a chance to get within a touching distance of Mario, and I do think he played the right shot. I just maybe he kind of more stunned it as opposed to drawing through it, and he ended up getting stuck on the ball. Of course, we're talking millimeters here, George. If he had a little bit more, then maybe he was okay, but it's not meant to be. Now he's left a wide open table for Mario to pinch one back here.
And he just solves that riddle. So now it's a matter of closing out the 3 stripes in a row there and coming down for this 8 ball. Easy cue ball.
What's he played there?
Easy.
That's what he played. He'll take it, but that's not what he played.
No. He'll take it with a smile because he got just right on this ball. A little further kind of makes it a little more awkward to play position.
I don't know if you've seen that, but Max was kind of smiling and laughing at the same time. He knew maybe Mario put a bit too much juice on that one. He has landed okay. You can just draw this over and leave an angle. Play them both in the same pocket for me. This is not.
Yes, definitely.
This is okay.
And he's got his landing area for the 8 is huge. I mean, he has really. Only thing you could do wrong is get behind the 1. And wow, this will stop it. You use a little bit of left low on it. Will he use the rail or he comes straight down? I'd use the rail, just like that. Perfect.
Yeah, a little bit fortunate there. It's not how he wanted to end the rack in that way, but he won't care. All he'll care about is 8-5. And he marches on 2 away from victory. Here we see the shot again. Had to try to bend it. Don't think he had much choice but to go for it anyway. Maybe didn't think that if he had to bend it, maybe he could have jumped it at the same time. I don't know. It's an option, but maybe not.
I think the way he was cueing that ball, the ball massaged. So I don't know if he was bending it on purpose, or it was just a result of how he had to cue the ball.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Maybe.
Eight to 5. This is his second break. So Mario, if he's able to steal another game from him, he'll have 2 breaks to close out the match. Mario will.
Yeah, this is the biggest break of the match. This one now, because it's good cue ball. Gets a ball in the top. Pretty open table. Where's the 1 ball going? Okay, so he's pretty much forced into taking solids here, I think, just on that view. It was a quick one, but here's a good look at the break. Very nice cue ball. And that 1 ball just nestling up to the white. Don't really think he has a... Well, he does have maybe the 11 ball, but solids are going to be his choice all day. They're pretty good in terms of layout. There's a cue ball.
Ooh.
Thought he was scratching there, George.
If that goes by that ball, it would have scratched. Fortunately, it didn't go by. But he's overrun it. Now he's going to have to back cut the ball. Cue ball should run into the 14. Oh, yeah, should. Might miss it.
This is missable, though. This is a bit of a pressure shot. Missed it. Yeah, he's tried to avoid the cannon on the stripe, like you said. I think it might have been better just to pot the ball and go up table with the flick rather than trying to draw it.
I totally agree. That was the better shot. Just go ahead and hit the 14 because he'd have the 2 ball or the 4. He would have had a shot.
That's such a big missed opportunity as well, because the balls were not too bad. Pretty much wide open with no problems. He just created that problem by the position shot that he played. And now he's left Mario with just wide open stripes.
You know, sometimes it's ingrained. It's almost second nature. Just don't bump any balls playing 8-ball. But I believe that the bumps can really help you if you see them ahead of time and play them correctly.
Yeah, wise words. Don't always have to be afraid to play a bump. as long as you can plan it and understand what's going to happen. And Mario will be hoping to take these out and put himself on the hill. No real problems. Love to get down table and clear these two down the table as well. Just going to drop this in and go above the black, I think. And then come down table for these last two balls. So picking up the pieces again, has to be said. Open table. Oh, that's perfect. He might even be able to play a bit of a stop shot. He's a little bit off, but I think he can pinch it. Might just be able to kill it there rather than going forward. Just depends how much angle he sees. If he can stop it dead, and that'll be nice.
Let's see if he draws this to the rail and back out again for the shot on the 8.
I think he
Or if
will.
he just takes the longer shot.
I think it's Mario. He'll probably draw it off the rail.
Yep.
There's no real way you're going to get hooked. Plenty space to lean over with him being right-handed, so smart start. This gets him on the hill, George. Chance missed by Benko there. I have to say it was a... Whoa, just wobble that 8 in. Why don't you, Mario? A bit of pressure, but yeah, gets on the hill. And a missed chance there by Benko. He had an okay opportunity. The balls were not too bad.
Well, Mario has done something this match, and it's been Max helped him. He stole one of every 2 breaks from Max. I don't think Max ever won both of his breaks at one time throughout the course of the match. And then his first 2 breaks he broke and ran. The next 2 he broke and ran one of them, but he stole a break every time from Max. So you have the score. If he finishes his out at 10-5, that's exactly where he was able to make up the differences. You know, I like the way they've indented the balls here because it makes racking the balls faster, and it gives such a good rack. I have not seen any. You know how sometimes you think you get slugged by the rack, especially on a triangle rack, because there's a ball loose? I haven't seen that, not once.
No, it's been pretty much perfect from day one. Oh, did he
This
make
looks,
ball?
this looks dry.
I think he made
Oh, he did. I
solid-
didn't see a ball go in, though. Okay,
So
let's look again, because I didn't see it. There it goes. The ball went in the
straight in the
pocket.
side. And I think the 3 ball does go in the side as well. And where these balls are laying out, George, this is a great chance to win the match here, because it's all about his first shot. He's going to take the solids, play this thin one up on the top rail. Just going to run this with a little bit of left-hand spin, maybe. Come down table. Oh, he's put his ball in hand, George. This is, I think this could be all she wrote.
Well, if it's all she wrote, the winner of this match will be playing Marko Spitsky or Miško Fortunski in the final. And we'll bring that to you right after this one. Bring that semifinal to you right after this one. But he still has to clear these balls. But they're all there for the taking. And they're pretty much nothing but stop shots.
Yeah, and you can see there the 3 ball does go into the side, so drop this 2 in, play the 1 ball anywhere really, and he's fine because this 8 ball is wide open, top of the table, there's no traffic. You can even just roll this 1 ball through, play the 3 ball from where the 1 is now, and he's still fine, so wouldn't do anything crazy here if I was Mario.
Well, crazy is not his middle name, so it's Panda. He should be okay. And this 8 ball to move into the final of the Kamui Slovenian Open.
There we have it. A little round of applause from Max Benko to Mario, but has to be said, Mario was just too strong. Great performance from the young man, and very well done on a great tournament. Get to that semi-final for the first time. I'm sure many times we'll see him again. Mario smiling, makes his way into the final, and he will play Marko Spitsicki or Mieczko Fortunski in that semi-final. It's coming up at 5:30 local time. Don't go anywhere and come back for that one, followed by the final at 9 o'clock. My name is Graham Hickman. I was in the box with George Teashea, and we will be back for the next matches very, very soon. Bye for now.